Okay, go ahead.
Hi. So Priscilla, thank you so much for calling in live. And hello, everyone who's going to watch the playback recording. I'm sure this video is going to get so many views. So many people are going to watch the playback. So Kim and I wanted to film a video tonight, or just like have our call tonight be about graphics. We don't think that this call necessarily will be a super long one. It might not go the full 45 minutes, but we're talking earlier, and our goal of these calls is to really add value to your business lives, to really try to talk about things or share things that we think could really help your business, not necessarily to just have calls to take up your time. So we figured it was fine if this was just a really short call, because we do feel like talking about our graphics is such an important topic, because it really is like our billboard, right? It's kind of like our advertisements. Our graphics really give people a sense of who we are, of our business, of our branding. And so, I mean, it's almost like business cards, right? Like only with our faces on them, or just the graphics we create for our Facebook pages or social or other social media platforms. So Kim and I, we get individual messages pretty frequently, just asking what apps we use. I know that even people who are not on our team, but who are not even Beachbody coaches necessarily, will reach out and ask, hey, like, what apps do you use to write on your graphics? And, you know, ask for tips on selfies and stuff. And so I figured, Kim and I were talking about what should we talk about tonight. We got, let's spend a couple minutes just sharing about what apps we use, in case you guys don't know. Just sharing some tips that for us in terms of our pictures and how, you know, we take them and what our strategies are behind taking them. And hopefully these tips will help you guys just in your business, because I know for me, I never took a selfie before Beachbody coaching, ever. So it's taken me a minute to figure out selfie. It's taken me a minute to figure out, I had never used apps before to write on my pictures. I had never created my own quote graphics before. So it was a whole new world for me. So in case this is a whole new world for you as well, we just wanted to kind of give you guys a leg up, share with you guys. And then of course, if we don't mention something that you guys love, please share it with us, because we're always trying to figure out new things and affect what our strategies are. We're just sharing with you guys at this point in time what we use and what we love. So if we were to start with apps, I don't use a whole lot of apps. I really just use WordSwag, I use Rona Designs, and I use Instagram Layout. I think that it's important to figure out a collage app that you love, because I think it's important. Sometimes we don't realize it, because we upload a couple pictures to Facebook at one time, and it's like, oh yeah, everyone can see those pictures in our post, and that's fine. But what happens is sometimes your pictures get cut off, or people click on it because they want to see all your pictures. They don't want to keep scrolling through almost like an album or something. You just want to create your collage, where even on the mobile viewing or if they're on their laptop, they can see all the pictures you want them to see. So for me, if I want them to see a couple pictures of my day, or I took 2 different ones, or I'm trying to demonstrate something, I just go into my Instagram Layout app. It's free. All these apps are free. And I just put them side by side, or I find a collage layout that I really like, so that I can show whatever I'm trying to show in one succinct graphic, which then also transfers well to Instagram, where you can only upload one graphic, but I'm able to show a couple of different pictures or photographs in one graphic because I created a collage. And then also, I don't use this, but when I was kind of looking up, because I was trying to figure out if there was some sort of other training that I could share after this, of like another top coach about what apps they love to use. But something that kept coming up was people love PicMonkey, which is actually not an app, which I just learned today. It's actually a desktop application. But apparently it like makes things really easy. I'm gonna like actually try to use it, because I guess you can like erase the background on your photos, so that then you can put yourself like on a white background or whatever. You can like write all over your stuff. It looked really easy when I was looking at the tutorials. So that's another one. I don't know, Kim, do you use any other apps, or do you like those apps as well?
No, I think that is, you pretty much covered it. I live in WordSwag Layout, the Instagram Layout. I use Pick Play Post for video.
Yeah.
If you're going to upload a video, because then you can have moving videos. But I actually recently just started using, it's called Video Shop, and that's how you can take videos and stream them together. So I've been using Video Shop. And then I use if I'm making like a diagram for like a coach announcement, I'll use like Pic Collage and Rona. And then Facebook cover photo, I actually just use that as sometimes if I want to make like a layout cover photo, I'll use the app's actually called Cover Photo. But other than that, I'm trying to think. I'm just looking at mine right now. I keep it pretty simple. I would say in Instagram, I try to use the same, and we can talk about filters and whatnot, but I try to use the same filter every morning just because it gives your gives your Instagram photos a clean look. As well as like lately I've just been if I'm doing quotes, I try to do them on the same kind of background. I'm playing with that. We'll see if I just feel like that's one thing I haven't quite decided.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like keeping it like I only do white with black but then I kind of get bored and I feel like I change it up. So yeah, I would say those are.
And that's a good point about what Kim was sharing. I don't necessarily do this yet. I do. So what I do, because I do think if you're thinking about our graphics, you're talking about our branding, right? And I know that it seems a little overwhelming if you're not in marketing to like figure out like, well, what's my branding? And what that just really means is in the same way that Kim was talking about how she prefers to try to use the same Instagram filter, unless, you know, something else just works better, I'm sure. Like, but on a regular basis, she uses the same filters just to give her photos the same look. Another thing that you can do to kind of just give your whole page the same look is create your own quote graphics. I do this a lot, unless typically if I'm doing something and it's just funny, like I just found a graphic that's funny, normally you'll see it's just a white background with black plain text. Like it's just plain, I just want people to read it quickly and it's just supposed to be funny. It's not supposed to be like artsy or whatever. However, if it's something else, if it's like a, you know, a motivational quote, or if it's just something that's supposed to be inspiring, oftentimes what I will do is I will go into WordSwag or I will go into Rona Designs and I will pick my own background and make it look like something. Like I typically use the same fonts because those are what I like. So I want people to like, you know, see me when they see my graphics because it's something that I like. And it just kind of, like Kim said, it just gives your page a look of just, it's you. They see you when they come to your page. It's not just a like random collage of just randomness. It's just, they see you. You know, another couple of the tips that I wrote down when I was thinking about it is, Kim has shared this on a previous call too, but I know it can be kind of overwhelming to feel like I don't have any selfies or good pictures, or sometimes for whatever reason, you might look in a mirror and you might feel fine, but like no matter how many pictures you take, you just don't like any of them. Like my eyes might be squinty, like just something's happening that day. What you can do, and then I even know, like in one of our group texts, like Andrea yesterday was like, oh, I realized I only have like selfies of me holding a Shakeology or sweaty selfies. Like she didn't have any on hand that were nicer, you know, like not a sweaty selfie. And so what Kim has shared and what I've started doing after hearing from her was it on a day when you feel like, you know, like you got done that day, or because it was date night, or because it was Sunday at church, or because you know, it was just a good day. Take a couple pictures of yourself. If the lighting is good, you like the background is clean, it's just a good day. You can change your shirt a couple times. I know that Jen did this. I think it was the day that she got like her wedding makeup trial done, and so she has all these pictures of her in different outfits that are like makeup is perfect, you know. And so it's just like, and then when the time comes for you to do these collages or do these graphics, you have like just a whole like library of cute selfies or photos to choose from. You know, the same is true like for some of you, like with your girls, like just, you know, and I think you might already do this, and I think you have done this before. You used a selfie on a different day. I think I remember you texted me how it was like a really cute selfie that you took of you on a run, and then you posted it, and it happened to start raining that day. And you're like, everyone's gonna know I didn't take it because the selfies, it's so sunny outside, and I posted it on a rainy day. So sometimes this backfires, but I do love the prep. So for those of you guys who aren't doing this, like check the weather before you post your sunny selfie on a rainy day in Texas. And lighting is so important, you guys, because you want the sun to be on your face, the light to be on your face. Even right now, like I have a lamp right behind my computer so that the light is on my face when I'm talking to you guys. it just makes you just look bright, right? You don't want blurry photos. You don't want, like, you don't want people to, like, be, I don't know, to just feel like you're kind of a mess or something because you didn't take the time. Like, you just want them to feel like you're just, like, you got it together. Like, you're trustworthy. Like, if they come to you, not that we're perfect, not that we aren't all messes, but it just, like, gives you, like, an, I think a level of, like, just, like, credibility, you know, like,
Professionalism, yeah.
Professionalism, yeah. Like, if your photos look clean, like, if the background of your house is, I mean, if you have kids and stuff, I think it's normal to have toys around, but just, like, not, like, dirty laundry and stuff, you know? Are there any other tips, Kim, that you might have? I know you take really good selfies. You have, like, a mirror that you normally use, like, in your, is it, like, Hudson's room? That's a good, like.
Well, I have a wall mirror in the hallway that has good lighting. But I also take most of my photos in the dark in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And flash key. Flash makes you look like you have makeup on. I don't know why or how or what happens, but then that also has a lot to do with my phone. So if you don't have the 6 Plus or this new 6, then you don't have the flash in the front. So, but that really is I think that was kind of a game changer for me, was I literally can I'll take a photo in the dark in my garage after I work out, because in the photo is always pretty, like, it just comes out really clear. You come out really bright. And then you have this great black background for anything that you want to use. You know, you want to put words there or whatever. So, and then always having your light in the front is, you know, key. So if you have lights on, or if you have, if you're daylight, like, having the window in front of you is going to make your face look brighter. So pictures in the car are always good. I don't know why. I just feel like there's good lighting in there. Yeah. So, you know, just like learning. And actually, it's funny. I was talking to Kirsten today about this. She's like, I finally figured out where my good angle is. And I'm like, it's, as much as it sounds so vain, it's you adding to your confidence. So it's not a bad thing to be worried about your selfie. And all you having confidence in you does is help other people have confidence in them too. So, I feel like it's not a bad thing to sit there and, like, figure out where you're pretty. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Oh, were you going to say something else?
No, I was going to say, let's be honest. We're not all, you know, not all the time where you just wake up and you're like, oh, here I am.
Yeah, we don't all look like Kim Jensen all the time. But yeah. I really like what Kim shared just about, like, having that confidence, because I know that, like, it's not a natural thing for a lot of us to take selfies. I mean, for me, more so now it is, because I've been in this game for, like, almost, I guess in January will be 2 years. So, like, you know, or I took my first sweaty selfie 2 years ago in October. So we're coming up. So, like, it's been a little while. You know, and people will, like, comment, like, oh, you always take, it's like the same angle, like, way above your head, or, oh, what, you know, and it's just, you just find your angle, like Kim was talking about. But I think for us too, just having the confidence that, like, we're not sharing, the reason for us to share a sweaty selfie or a selfie in general is not because we want the praise, right? We're not trying to, like, we're not taking it because we think that we just look like models. We're taking it so people can connect with us. So, like, literally sometimes before I take a selfie, I will, like, remind myself, like, okay, like, look really happy. Like, show people how happy you are with life, with Beachbody, with, you know, so that they want to join you on this journey. I think it's really important, because I think people, more so than they're attracted to us having a perfect angle, they're attracted to, like, the light that's, like, shining out of us, like, our joy. Like, people want that kind of joy and, like, electricity in their lives. And, like, we need to show them that, like, we're welcoming, like, they feel like they can connect with us because they've seen our faces, you know. So as much as we might feel like, oh man, like, it's an off day, I don't want them to see me today, or I don't like selfies, or I feel awkward, it's just really important for us to allow people to feel like they can connect with us. And yes, it's a vulnerable thing to take a selfie and put it on social media, but it's also a vulnerable thing for people to, like, reach out to you or respond to one of your messages about a health and fitness thing, because that's a really vulnerable struggle, right? And so we need to put ourselves out there so other people can then put themselves out there with us too. So I try to post a picture of me, whether a selfie or just in the mirror or whatever, once a day, so that people can, like, just see me that day, you know?
Yeah. I was going to add to that too. I think in the Josh Coates training, I don't remember which one, but he talks about, he's like, I see you hiding behind your fake smile, or you're not being who you really are. And you're just another coach that, it's like, oh, I want this, please let this connect with somebody. Please. I wish, I hope, and it's like, you're posting it up there and and then when someone finally responds, you're like, I think maybe this would be like great for you. And like, I think maybe Shakeology, I know it's really expensive, but please, 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 like, that's not the look you want. You want people to believe that whatever it is that you're doing, they want to be a part of. And the fact of the matter is, if you really get down to the nitty gritty of it, they do want to be a part of it. I mean, look at like what you have to offer, and look what we have to offer, and look how it's changed your life. And sometimes I think you have to really step back and think about those things before you take that photo. And you know what? Some of the best photos you might take are, I'm not feeling it today. It's 4:30 in the morning. I don't want to work out. My body it doesn't even want to sleep. It just doesn't want to work out. Or you log in and, 10 coaches are inactive, or, but that's okay, because that's the story you tell. Obviously you don't tell the world that 10 coaches are inactive, but you're raw and you're vulnerable about life's ebb and flow, right? So I think that's something that is, I used to do so much planning of what I was going to post in advance. And now I just kind of, whatever, for me, like, I spend my first 30 minutes with God. So like whatever he talked to me that morning, that then usually flows into the rest of my day. And like this morning, it was all about being a light to the world, and like having him like inside of you to shine brightly for everyone. And so, that was my message to the world that day. But it might have been something different. Maybe it was about, forgiveness or whatever. So I feel like just really tapping into what you're learning in that day is, and that I just feel like pushes you even more to make sure that you're actually learning. Like, what is your personal development telling you? What's your challenge group what success story did you hear? Maybe the success was that someone who's never posted. You know what I mean? Like, those little things are what people want to hear, because everyone's stuck behind some wall and some fear and some, whatever the case might be. And we can help break that. And as silly as it sounds, fitness really, not necessarily fitness, but the idea of the discipline, of the consistency, of the things that you're putting into your life, that's what changes the life. It isn't the 40 pounds or it's none of that. It has nothing to do with any of that. You could be 40 pounds still, but if you're putting the right things in and you're making the right strides, that's what changes people. And so I think that's what we're trying. We're not trying to sell the pound loss. We're trying to sell the transformation in your life in all areas. So I think using that in all your posts all the time works really well.
Yeah, and I think also too, like, going back to graphics, like, something that I try to do is, if I'm doing writing on my graphics, or if I'm adding a banner to my graphics, I try to match like the font to like what's going on in the graphic. Like, just trying to have some sort of like unified look to it, whether I'm matching the color in my shirt, or I'm matching something in my background, or whatever the case is, or even if it's just a font graphic, if it's just a graphic for one of my challenge group templates, I've just tried it. Same thing. I'm just trying to match it all together, And so same with like Kim talking about how she uses like her inspiration for her posts, like just making sure, like, if she's, it's just like making it all work. Like, I'll change up the fonts depending on what my message is, or I'm a little different. Like, I would normally, like, a day or two in advance kind of know like what I'm going to talk about. Whether it's like, oh, okay, like this morning I knew that I was going to do like a post with like no picture. I've been playing with those because I always do graphics. So last week and this week, I've been every once in a while, I'll post with no graphic and see like the traction it gets. And then I knew, in like midday I was going to do a picture like with me, and it was going to be, something just like silly or whatever. And then I knew this evening was going to be like a Transformation Tuesday post about a coach transformation, not just physical transformation, because I'm trying to post more about coaching. And then if I did a bonus one, which I didn't get to because it was a little crazy, I was going to do it in the afternoon, and so I kind of knew that one would be funny, or it was going to be a recipe or whatever. So just kind of planning it out. But no matter like what your strategy is on that, just paying attention to your graphics, because even if you have something great to say, but your graphic kind of looks, thrown together or blurry or dark or whatever, people might not actually take the time to stop scrolling fast enough to read what you wrote. It's kind of like the scroll stopper. Like, I want to create a graphic that makes people stop scrolling to then kind of scroll back up and see what I actually wrote that went along with it, So I think that's all.
I was just going to add really quick. I think sometimes we go onto Pinterest because we're in a rush and we haven't found anything to post, and we're like, shoot, I need that third post. Well, I think, you hop on there and there's lots of great images, but a lot of times when you save them or you copy them, they don't transfer right. So then when you post it, it's blurry or it's pixely or whatever it is. And it takes literally 30 seconds to type it up, throw it in WordSwag, pick a background that's more you. And then if you want, you can throw your Facebook page, your like page on there, or your website on there. You begin to build your own brand. And I think that it is taking that extra 30 seconds, because that's about all it takes. But those 30 seconds go a long way when someone's scrolling through your feed and seeing that, wow, this person has really scroll stopping images. Or, when you're running a challenge group, like, wow, these images are so great, I want to share it. And now they're sharing from your page. That's a big deal. So, I think that a lot of times, yes, it is like that extra couple seconds, but it really is worth it. And then I think, kind of going back to Britt, like, I feel like everyone gets to the end of the day and they're rushed with that ending post and they have so much pressure. And I highly recommend taking the time, and Priscilla, this would be great for you. But I've noticed, like, at nighttime, James doesn't want me sitting there like trying to come up with this incredible post at 6 p.m. and neither do my kids. And so I will type up, one for my like page and one for my Facebook page, and make sure that I have a graphic to go with it. So I even type up my check-ins. I type up all my, so all I have to do is a quick copy and paste and it's done. So then that way the nighttime for me isn't spent, for those of you that have that struggle at home where you don't want to be on your phone, while the kids are awake or whatnot, that is a big helping hand. Obviously, that's not going to be the case every single night, but I will say that's been a big game changer for me. And that's even in the mornings, while I'm waiting for that energized to kick in, I just type up my posts for I type up the morning post for both pages as well as my check-in post, and then you have it and it's done and away you go. So anyway, that's all I got.
Okay. No, I like it. Chris, do you have any questions? I don't want to put you on the spot. Our star coach of the week.
And go. Oh, God. You're on
okay.
mute.
Okay, there. Hi. Okay, so tagging your husband on, I saw this tonight, Kim. You had a post and you tagged your husband. What does that do for you? Does that work?
So I think I saw a top coach. She always tags her husband in literally every post. I don't do every post. Thank goodness. He'd probably shoot me. He's listening, so he knows. However, when it's something that's when he's kind of involved in the post, or it's a big ask, or it's how it's affected our family, or anything that could sort of be related to him, I tag him only because then anyone that is more, that maybe isn't seeing my stuff, but they see his stuff because they're a smaller group of friends or whatever the case might be. It's just one more way to have more eyes on your post, basically.
Sure. Okay.
So it's always worked really well for me. I would say James doesn't post that often, so it's not like but sometimes I feel like it's those people who never post that all of a sudden they post and everybody sees their stuff. And you're like, how your infinity is like nothing. Why you get so many? But yeah, I don't know. I just always have, and I kind of still do. Kind of like on a like page, I haven't quite figured out, like, I see a lot of top coaches tag themselves in their like page, because I'm pretty certain that's the only person you can tag, but I don't really know what that does either. So I'm still working on that, but I would definitely recommend the tagging of your husband. And I mean, for the sake of, even if it's just because I'm in a sports bra and I want any creepers to know that, my husband knows about this, and he is involved, and he's in the photo too. And then we'll, who knows? I feel like it's just one more layer of making me real or something. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I noticed that, and my husband doesn't post at all either, but he might have people that are interested
Totally.
in, our life because of the girls and stuff like that. Okay. I also noticed that some coaches are putting like an email address in their post.
Yeah, no, that's a great thing to do. Because a lot of people are so intimidated with the idea of commenting below, or they don't do Facebook Messenger for whatever reason, or they don't even know that it exists, which I think is really the case. Or because they've been invited to 14 million Candy Crushes and they just don't go on their messenger anymore. So by putting your email, especially in Instagram, because Instagram is not very message friendly. I don't know if you've noticed, but you'll maybe get one notification and then it's kind of over. So by putting your email, you're just giving them a quick access to you. And some people really prefer that. So I would say anytime you're doing any kind of call to action, an email is totally acceptable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually had a friend post on Facebook this week that she's annoyed when someone posts the same thing on Facebook and the same thing on Instagram. And she was just going on and on about how boring that was. So I thought to myself, I wonder if more people are thinking this. So I'm trying to mix it up and throw different things on Instagram and different things on Facebook and just kind of see what's working.
Yeah.
That's a hard one.
I think that people, I just feel like it's okay. Like if they're choosing to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, like, and they're annoyed that it's the same thing on both, then they can unfollow me on one or the other. I mean, I think it's also great that you're going to try other things. I just feel like sometimes it's so funny to me when people just get annoyed about like that's what she has to be annoyed about. You know what I mean? Like there are so many things happening in this world, and you're annoyed that like me as a person shared the same moment on Facebook and the same moment on my own Instagram profile. Like let's run around. I'm annoyed that you're annoyed. You know?
It's true.
That's fine. I'm fine. I know too, like Bonnie Engel, who is in the top 5 beachbody coaches, and she has like the #2 team. She actually posts the same thing on her life page, on her personal page, and her Instagram. And she just says, like, I'm okay with the fact that, like, if people choose to follow me on all 3 platforms, they're going to get the same thing. And if not, if that's annoying to them, they can unfollow me on one, and that's totally fine. And that's kind of what I feel like. I just don't have time to, like, right now, like, come up with something different for Instagram, even though, like, in the future, I would love to, like, start building up my Instagram more. Right now I'm just trying to keep it populated so I can reach people who might not be on Facebook. But
the cool thing too is with like pages is like if I'm stuck, I'll just go find an old post that I've posted, because I post the same on my Instagram and my personal Facebook, and I post differently on my Facebook like page. And really my Facebook like page is more of just like, it's more focused on whatever journey I'm on in that moment. So like a lot more recipes, a lot more food, a lot more. I actually don't feel bad if I'm throwing on a selfie up there every like twice a day even. But then the cool thing is like I can go pull, if I'm like stuck, I can just go pull from my Facebook or my Instagram and use it on my fitness page, or vice versa.
That's good. That's great.
So that works well.
Yeah. I follow a couple of LuLaRoe people, and they post the pictures with the white background, and it does look sharp. What app was that again?
Pick
So
Monkey.
if it's the same one, yeah, it's called Pick Monkey, and it's actually a desktop application. It's not an app, is what I was looking up, and I saw the tutorials on it, and it said like you can see like you can look up like little YouTube videos, and they're short, but it explains like how to like remove the background on your photo. So I was thinking that that would be really cool because I always think like, oh, I would like some pictures on white backgrounds, but I just don't have like a white background that's like that bright, like like there's that are white that it's like the light I can't like get it right.
Okay. Pick Monkey. Okay, that's all I had.
Okay, well, Chris, thank you so much for like calling in live. It was nice to see you.
Yeah.
And let's see, tomorrow we have that coach sneak peek, the pajama party. If you want to invite people to that, I know actually I think you have been. And then I think that's it for right now. I know Mylene for Halloween group, which I think, Chris, we're going to run together unless you have a different plan. It's going to start the second week of October with October 3rd being the prep week to try to kind of get back on to what our normal schedule was. Is that when yours is going to start, Kim? Or when's
I
yours?
was actually going to ask you. So, okay, so you, hang on, let me put my calendar. So I have, the health bet is over on the 2nd, correct?
Yeah.
So you're starting prep week that week?
That's what I was thinking. With the official start date, I'm going to be promoting it as that second Monday, but just so that because I don't want there to be, I used to have it timed perfectly until Team Cut Month kind of threw me off, and I started running too many groups, and now there's 3 happening right now and everyone's overwhelmed. And so I'm trying to go back to as soon as one ends, the next one starts. And so I'm trying to kind of go back to that. But I still want to give myself enough time to hit Success Club in October. So I'm not sure if our group should start that time.
I was thinking about prepping the 10th, that Monday, only because then you have, that's prep week 1, 2, 3. So then you're kind of in the perfect timing for November, December.
Okay.
But I don't really know what the heck to do with the people in the health bet because they're already like, I love this so much, I just want it to go forever. And I'm like, oh, great. So
my Fall into Fitness group, I'm running it in the app and seeing if people like it because people like the app so much in health bet. And I really like that it reminds people to check in, that they have to check in with Shakeology and workouts.
I only have one girl who didn't like the app, and that was it. Everyone else thinks it's great. Some don't care. Some don't care. They're like either here nor there. But yeah, I'm kind of at a loss as to what to do.
So okay, Chris, what do you think if we did that too? I haven't promoted our October group yet at all. But what if we started our prep week on October 10th and then started day 1 on October 17th? So that gives us a couple weeks in October to hit Success Club. What do you think, Miss Willa?
That's good. I am going to just tell people it starts October 3rd because I was reading the Diamond of the Week coach last week.
Oh, yeah.
Amanda, she said something that kind of hit home with me because I have this same thought, that the first Monday of the month, people are more likely to say yes because there's just something about your mind that thinks okay, it's the first Monday of the month. I can do this. It's fresh start, So I'm just going to tell people that it's starting October 3rd and not tell them that that's prep week or week 0 or and then just throw them in there so they get the experience.
Because the difference that we're talking about, I guess I could stop recording. I'm going to stop recording because people don't believe that.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.